is Dktheduke. You're watching Meet the Makers, and this is Rhyzup TV. Alright, so how I got started with the music thing. I think it was when I was I think it was 2000. My family had moved from we were living in PG County, Maryland at the time. And my family was moving over to Zimbabwe country in Southern Africa, and my dad was like traveling at the time, and so my mom had stayed back in PG County to sell the house, so they sent me off to stay with my uncle and aunt in Zimbabwe. And my uncle is like a great musician. He put out like 6 albums, and at the time he would like have people come to the house and like rehearse, and like he'd take us to studio sessions because he couldn't leave us at the house because we were kids at the time. So at the time, like I was learning all these things about like bars and choruses, hooks, bridges, etc. And I didn't realize at the time that it would come out to be helpful to him. But I think that's like really where like I learned like like my love for like music, just like seeing the whole process and seeing how like so many factors were involved in the whole thing. I think it was kind of like my pastimes at the time. Like my family wasn't there. I was with like people I had never knew. I was about like 8 years old, so it was all new for me. But that was like the one moment I remember just like being happy whenever like we were doing anything that had to do with music. So when I was growing up, we used to listen to a lot of slow, like R&B type music, like Joe, Babyface, Genuine, Tyrese, stuff like that. Stuff that's like real slow. My mom was one of those people. She was like an avid, like like infomercials on TV about buying like wild hits, 2001, 2. She got all those. So like I used to listen to All For One and like classic Elvis Presley type music, like super old stuff. That's pretty much how like we were really into singing at the time. This is before rap, and so my brother had like he was into Nelly and DMX, Eminem at the time. So when Nelly had that Nellyville come out, remember the first song, Welcome to Nellyville? That was like my joy. I remember like that's how I really fell in love with rap at the time. And Eminem, of course, that was like the Marshall Mathers LP. That's a classic album. So that's pretty much like the type of music I was listening to when we were growing up in PG County. When I was probably about 14, 15, 16 years old, I was in this choir, this elementary choir, I think at the time. And then my music teacher, Miss Olivia, shout out to Miss Olivia, she gave me this solo for this song called Ain't That Good News. So I had this little solo, I didn't really think much of it at the time, but I sang that after it was over, like, yo, you did a really good job. You have a really good voice, you should sing or whatever. So, knowing me, I'm so, I'm so much pride. I'm like, I'm about to be a singer, dog. And mind you, at the time, I was listening to only Chris Brown, only T-Pain, only Akon. That's the only thing I ever listened to. So I was like, yo, this is right up my lane. Long story short, though, I'm a terrible singer. I thought I could sing, but I know a lot about singing, but that's not my lane. And I remember, like, one time me and my friends, when we first found out about Audacity and like how to record like by ourselves in our own room, we had this little Skype mic that we used to use, and we decided we got this little beat off, I don't know, off YouTube or SoundCloud or something, and then we all like recorded like our little rap verses, and people were like, yo, you sound good, you can rap. I was like, yeah, that's cool, but I really want to do the singing thing. And so, long story short though, I realized that I was a better rapper than I was a singer, so I kind of put that to the side and I started rapping. So ever since then, it's just been, it's been history. I started like, at that time, that was around the time, maybe like 2006, I started listening to more hip hop than I did like anything else. So I started like listening a lot to Kanye West, 50 Cent, Mace at the time too, T.I., those were like really the people I started studying when I first started listening to hip hop. Obviously, I like a lot of the newer guys. Now, I have a lot of catching up to do on like hip hop history and stuff, but that's really how I got into the whole rap thing. So, I think I'm doing alright. Alright, so one of the projects I did was, the first project I ever did was called Immature Gentleman. I put it out in 2012. It started out, the summer before I put it out, I was putting out a lot of like freestyles on YouTube. Like I did like a Lil Wayne Had a Love cover, Drake Marvin Drew cover, and like I was getting a lot of like positive like responses. So I was like, you know what? This might be working. Let me put together like some type of like compilation. But what it was though, it was more like a mental thing for me. Like I had never put out a project. I'm like, let me just record until I have enough songs. I'll put it out. Like lo and behold though, I started realizing like, yo, I started taking it like really seriously, like approaching it like an album. Like I was really putting together like entire like bodies and songs like for the project. And then that's how the whole thing came together for that. And then I think it turned out pretty good after we put it out. It got a lot of pretty good responses. First week I got a couple hundred downloads, which I wasn't expecting, so it was cool. And then next year we put out my second mixtape, which was How Convenient. which was a little, I experimented a little bit with like original songs, but a lot of it was still freestyles and covers. And that one did pretty good too. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Right now I'm working on a lot of new music, which I'm extremely excited about. I've put out a couple covers, which you can find on YouTube actually on Rhyzup TV. We just did a 2005 cover with my homie Jono. And yeah, right now I'm working on a new project. Super low key, but I think in the next month or so I should be done with it. I'm really excited about it. I'll probably let you guys know, of course, what the title is when we're gonna put it out. I'll probably drop a couple more, freestyles, whatever the case may be on YouTube before I put it out. It's gonna be an all original project, so it's gonna be all my songs, all stuff that we wrote, stuff that we could actually like move, and it's not just like covers of songs. Like eventually, I told myself I gotta take myself seriously if everyone else is gonna take me seriously. So I'm looking forward to it. I think you guys are gonna like it though, so I'm really excited about it, man. Dktheduke.com on your ass. Sometimes I listen to my songs nowadays, and I hate these records. It's like they all designed for radio to play these records. I get so caught up, I've forgotten why I make these records. I miss that feeling I would get when I create these records, man. I swear I sit alone and I get hype on my own. Didn't need no confirmation, knew that I was tight on my own. Some niggas picture hard white and getting strikes on their own. I spit that similar crack, but keep my sight on the throne. That's why I'm never looking down on you pawns no more. And you can't even get a feature from the dawn no more. Matter of fact, I ain't chilling with your moms no more. And I won't let your sister take me out the Bronx no more. Nigga, I'm out. Huh? That's what.